What's up, Multiverse? Dr. Dave here, and welcome to the Geek Lounge. On today's video, we're going to be checking out some Jurassic Park / Jurassic World Funko Pops. Alright guys, we are back with another Funko Pop unboxing video here on the Geek Lounge, and I have to be perfectly honest, I was contemplating not doing this video. Let me explain why. Jurassic World Dominion, the latest movie in the franchise, released just over 2 months ago, but the Funko Pops had already released before the movie came out. I think it was like 1 to 2 weeks before they came out. So these Pops have actually now been out for almost 3 months, and I purchased them as soon as they came out, but I didn't want to open them up and take a closer look at them until I saw the movie. I thought there was no point. I'm really not going to be able to discuss too much about each of the figures. And then when the movie came out, yeah, we took a really long time to watch it. We caught it really late in its theatrical run. I think we only watched it, well, like 2 or 3 weeks ago now, maybe. And yeah, I then forgot I had the Funko Pops, because I think you guys can see there in the reflection, yeah, that box right there contained all of my Jurassic World Funko Pops, and I was kind of using it as a laptop stand. I don't know if you can see my laptop on the top there, so I really just kind of forgot. It almost became like part of the furniture, but that's what all the Jurassic World Funko Pops were in. And like I said, I ordered them when they came out. We just saw the movie very, very late, so I was kind of like, is it really relevant now? It's been like 3 months since these Pops have come out. You guys have probably seen them, but I thought, you know, what the hell? We open up Funko Pops on this channel all the time. There's some really cool looking Pops, so let's just do it. And I do already have a pretty cool but not yet complete Jurassic Park / Jurassic World Funko Pop collection. In fact, let me show them off to you guys before we get into the new ones. And so this is more like a Steven Spielberg shelf, as you guys can see, as opposed to a Jurassic Park shelf. We have some Jaws here. Jaws, an absolute classic. Then we have some Ready Player One, which is a movie that I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed, though I do just wish they made that Iron Giant as a 6-inch rather than the regular size Pop. And then of course we have the Jurassic Park figures, Claire and Owen Grady there. Owen actually has the egg there with the baby blue there, if you guys can make that out. We then do have like one of the OG Velociraptors, the Dilophosaurus and Nedry. This was the 2-pack where Nedry has like the black, I don't know, whatever it is, the gunk, the poisonous thing that comes out of the Dillos. What does it come out of his mouth? I think it does, right? We of course have the OG John Hammond. We then have Ellie Sattler in the Jurassic Park Jeep. I think that one is really, really cool. We have the OG Dr. Alan Grant. We have the injured and I guess somewhat sexy Dr. Ian Malcolm. I mean, it's just how his shirt's open. It's always kind of been considered a sexy Pop. And then that is, of course, the 10-inch OG T-Rex. I think it was like a Target exclusive, and I think I did get the US version. So yeah, like I said, I don't have everything. I'm missing some of the like Fallen Kingdom dinosaurs, but still a pretty cool collection nonetheless. And I did also add these two to the collection, which we showed off in the most recent video where I opened up a whole bunch of Funko Pops. Be sure to check that video out if you haven't already, because we did unbox some really, really cool things. But without further ado, let's check out the Jurassic World Dominion Funko Pops. And we will start with the humans, but first and foremost, guys, I should say that this video probably will contain spoilers for Jurassic World Dominion, so if you haven't seen it yet, you know, I hate telling people not to watch my content, it really defeats the purpose, but maybe go and see it first before you check out this video. And so the ones I picked up, guys, are Owen Grady. We also then, of course, have Claire Deering. We have Dr. Ellie Sattler, as you guys can see there, and of course, Dr. Ian Malcolm, which, you know, it's pretty interesting to see this one with his grey hair now compared to that OG one right there. That is pretty cool. To show you guys off the back as well, which has a lot of the dinosaurs as well as some of the other characters. The one I didn't pick up, well, there are actually two that I didn't pick up. Now, Macy, for whatever reason, I was absolutely positive that I did pick her up, but yeah, she's not here in the box. She's not in any other boxes, so I guess I didn't pick her up. And then there is, of course, Dr. Alan Grant, the OG man himself, the OG dinosaur man, who we, of course, can't forget. He was an exclusive, though, and I'm not too sure who he was exclusive to here in the UK, if I'm being perfectly honest. Maybe Smith's Toys? I honestly can't remember. I know it was a Target exclusive in the US. Someone let me know in the comments section below who it is exclusive to, but I definitely need to pick him up because I do have the OG Alan Grant, as you guys would have seen in the Steven Spielberg shelf. And the Owen Grady Pop, it is a fairly decent likeness, but it is really just a basic Pop. It's like a dude in his outfit, really. His jeans, his boots, his whatever it was, long sleeve t-shirt, jumper, whatever. He's got his hand wrapped. And we only watched the film quite recently, but I'm trying to remember, was there a reason he had his hand wrapped? Already, I've forgotten, can't entirely remember. I guess it wasn't really that important. He's got like the watch, strap, bracelet, whatever there on his right wrist as well, although the paint job on it not too great. I guess a Funko quality control issue there. He's got some things on the belt. You know, looks like a knife there at the back. Well, I say it looks like a knife. I don't really think the detail in that is too great either. You know, some nice sort of detail and texture in the hair. But yeah, like I said, it is a pretty basic pop. Just really a dude in his outfit. But I guess really that's all Owen Grady was, right? Well, maybe I'm being a bit unfair because I do like Chris Pratt and I did like his portrayal. And I actually did like the movie because a lot of people didn't. And then on to Claire Dearing, played by Bryce Dallas Howard. Again, I guess it is a basic pop, but I really do like the freckles they've done there on her face, the ginger hair and the eyebrows. It's a pretty decent colour scheme, but she's really just got her arms folded. There's no like props or anything that she comes with. Yeah, the outfit again, boots, jeans, kind of like a cardigan throw, whatever you want to call it. You don't really see too much at the back. Her hair takes up, you know, a good portion of the back of the pop. But yeah, a lot of pops don't really have anything going on at the back. Again, some nice detail and texture in the hairs, but it is still, I guess, a bit of a basic pop. But I think most of the human ones are. They didn't really give them, you know, too much sort of in the way of props or poses. It's a fairly decent pose, I suppose. You don't see that too often with the arms crossed. It's still a pretty cool pop, but yeah, basic, like I said. And then we have Dr. Ellie Sattler, and this is actually quite cool that she does finally get a full-on Funko Pop. And the reason I say that is because she didn't have a release from the original movies. You could only get her with the Jurassic Park Jeep, and then they released that moment where she's with the Triceratops recently. They're the only two sort of Ellie Sattler figures you got, and they're not really like full-bodied. Well, they are full-bodied figures, but they're not like a figure by itself, if that makes sense. But yeah, again, it is kind of really a basic figure. I mean, we're at the back here now. Some nice detail again on the hair, the texture. I mean, Funko do the hair pretty well, but there's not really anything else going on at the back there. She's in that, you know, arms by the side. Well, kind of like, almost like kind of a cross type, like she's annoyed with something, you know, hands on the hip sort of thing. But yeah, those long, I don't even know what they like, slacks, you know, trainers there. I don't really want to go into too much detail of the outfits when I'm not really a like kind of fashion connoisseur. I'm sure there's a better word for that, but yeah, again, decent, you know, likeness and whatnot, but a very basic pop. And then lastly, we have Dr. Ian Malcolm, played by the great Jeff Goldblum, who incidentally bought my mum coffee. I think it was in Ealing. She met him in a coffee shop one time and she had no idea who he was. Well, she kind of recognised his face a bit, but wasn't too sure who he was. And supposedly I say supposedly, like I don't trust what my mum says, but yeah, supposedly he found it really funny that she didn't know who he was, so he ended up buying her a coffee. But onto the Funko Pop. Yeah, again, basic, but I do like the detail a bit more here. I guess it's the glasses. I feel Funko do glasses really well. He's in that kind of black suit that he wore pretty much in the first movie as well. It's just that he's now got a different hairstyle. It's kind of less hair, now more grey. I don't know if you guys can make out the eyebrows there as well. I'm just kind of comparing it to the original pop. The eyebrows were kind of higher on the glasses, but here they're kind of a bit lower, you know, sort of below the rim, but you can just about make them out, and they are actually slightly grey as well, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, that black outfit with a watch. Again, it's a, you know, somewhat slightly different pose, I guess, almost like he's holding up his belt with his hand on his chest as well. Almost seems like he's giving a bit of a like Attack on Titan Survey Corps style pose, for lack of a better word there. But yeah, I think of the humans, he probably is my favourite one, but they are all basic. Like I said, they just don't really come with any props or anything like that. But I guess the reason they are basic is because the dinosaurs are far from basic. And I feel I said the word basic far too many times there, so I do apologise. But let's get into something that, well, I'm going to say it again, is not basic. Like I said, is the dinosaurs. And we're going to start off with the Acrociraptors. There were 4 different ones, and I did pick up, well, I say all of them. I'll get to that in just a second. So we have the Acrociraptor Red there. We then have the Acrociraptor Tiger as well. I hope that is going into focus there for you guys. We have the Acrociraptor, I think it's Panthera. Is that how you pronounce that? Panther. These all do have that really small special edition sticker as well, which isn't like shiny either, which I think is always a bit weird, but they are of course now changing that special edition sticker. And then we do have the Acrociraptor Ghost as well, and the reason I said I didn't have all of these is because they did make this Ghost one as an exclusive. I can't remember who is exclusive to now. I think it might have been the Entertainer here in the UK, and it was like Acrociraptor ghost attack form, and I was sort of thinking, this figure just looks the same to me. I really cannot understand, you know, what the difference is. And if you look real closely, the tail is the only thing that's different, and I thought, that's really bad. Why release another figure with such a minute detail change? Because Jurassic World Dominion didn't actually do that well. Well, it did do well commercially, just not critically. You know, now I'm thinking about it though, I guess the Pops did come out before the movies, so yeah, there's that, but it just annoys me. Such a minute detail change. But yeah, as I said, the movie commercially did very well. Critically, it didn't, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. As I did say earlier, you know, I thought it was a really good, fun movie. I'd probably put it like 3rd or 4th in my Jurassic Park list. I certainly preferred it to Fallen Kingdom, preferred it to the 3rd Jurassic Park movie. But yeah, I know a lot of people didn't like it. As I said, I did enjoy it. But you know what? Let's not get into that. Let's take a closer look at the Acrociraptors. Starting with Acrociraptor Red. Now, Acrociraptor Red and Acrociraptor Tiger, they are the exact same molds, just with a different paint job. And then the Acrociraptor Panthera and the Acrociraptor Ghost, at least the common one, are also the same molds with a different paint job. I don't know if the Acrociraptor Ghost, the exclusive one, the attack form, maybe it was the same mold as these. But yeah, the Acrociraptors, I thought they were pretty cool. I saw a lot of people say that they didn't really play enough of a major part in the film. A lot of people had an issue with them, with the fact that they would like follow a laser to kill things. But you know, that the original Jurassic World, they were talking about like training raptors and whatnot for kind of military uses and stuff. So I mean, if it wasn't a gripe for you back then, I don't really know why it's a gripe kind of right now. But like I said, I don't really want to get into the things, you know, those kind of negatives and positives about the movie. At the end of the day, you guys enjoy what you want. I'll enjoy what I want. Not saying that people didn't enjoy Jurassic World Dominion. I'm sure there are still loads of people out there who did. But yeah, we don't have to like go through a whole thing of, you know, trying to give our reasons and kind of convert you to liking or disliking a movie, right? Just like what you want. But yeah, the Acrociraptor Red, I was trying to think, were these things, did they have like some kind of DNA mixed in? Maybe that's one of the faults. Like, did they not go into that enough? Because I don't really kind of remember them going into it. I mean, Red, yeah, I don't know what they could have mixed that with necessarily. I guess it really is just a colour scheme. He's got some patches on there as well. I mean, he does almost kind of look like he could have been a tiger or whatnot with those kind of patches and things. But yeah, the dinosaurs always look really cool, and I'm quite happy with these Acrociraptors. And speaking of the Acrociraptor Tiger, there he is, guys, with the stripes over his body. He's got like a white underbelly, white feet, white claws, that white bottom jaw as well. I love how they've done the kind of paint job where the white goes into the brown there as well. That is pretty cool. I mean, for the one thing, these figures, they do look really, really good. The texture on them. I mean, Velociraptors are always cool looking because they do look pretty badass, but they also kind of have this cutesy element to them, I guess, with those little hands. But yeah, the deadly claws as well and the deadly sharp teeth. But yeah, some really nice detail on it. Like I said, I don't know if they did like mixed DNA to kind of get them to have these looks, with this one being the tiger, but yeah, it still makes for a really cool looking pop. And then we have the Acrociraptor Panthera, however you pronounce that. This one also has like the white underbelly with the white feet and the white claws, but then it kind of stops at I guess the neck area where the jaw is, and then his jaw and the rest of his head and body are that kind of lightish brown colour. He's got some lines on there. Like I said, I don't know, this one's like Panthera, so is he supposed to be like a panther or something? I guess panthers are just like fully black though, right? So maybe not. I guess that's just the name. Did they really even go into the names in the films anyway? You know what? I only watched the movie just recently, but I've already forgotten about it. I watched too much stuff. It just goes like in one ear, out the other. Unless I watch things multiple times over, classics and whatnot. Because I do still remember quite a lot of film quotes though, now that I think about it. But yeah, let's not get into that. Still another really cool looking pop. Again, the texture, very, very cool. This one, like I said, it's a slightly different pose to the other two. The mouth is not as open as much. He's kind of like a bit more sort of hunched over and you know, sort of, I guess it's not the attack form, right? Like the other two seem to be like they're getting ready for an attack. This one looks like it's more just surveying. But yeah, still a really, really cool pop. And last of the Acrociraptor guys is the ghost one. I guess it's like an albino Velociraptor, right? Still has some stripes and some details there on the body as well, which is kind of like in a, I guess, kind of like a darky beigey type colour. But the rest of the whole body, apart from that kind of eyes and nose area, is all white. Pretty cool. Like I said, I guess he would be like the albino. Is it albino? However you pronounce that. You guys know what I mean. Velociraptor. Like I said, there is that exclusive one as well where he's more in an attack form, but it's barely a change with the tail and whatnot. Very kind of disappointing. I would have just liked to have seen them done a different figure, a different dinosaur, because we did have other dinosaurs you know, prevalent throughout the movie. But yeah, still really, really cool. I think all the Acrociraptor figures do still look really good. Really nice paint jobs on all of them, really nice texture, and really happy to add them to the collection. And although they are referred to as Acrociraptors, they are Velociraptors. And we of course have the Velociraptor herself, Blue, with her baby Beta there, guys. Really, really cool. I think you could get another Blue by herself as a Funko Shop exclusive. I was just looking at the back there. I mean, it's the same as the earlier figures that you saw. They never really seem to put the exclusives on the back. But like I said, I think there was that Funko Shop exclusive where Blue was by herself. But I really wanted to get this one because I think it is a really, really cool looking figure. Two for the price of one. A baby Velociraptor and the mummy Velociraptor as well. Very, very cool. Again, some really nice paint detail there. The greys, the textures. Doesn't look as vicious, much more kind of cute and kind of like calm, maybe, is that the best word to use? I don't know. It's just they're not really in any kind of like attack pose, that, you know, no teeth baring or anything like that. It kind of almost looks like Beta is trying to cuddle up to her mum, and then Blue herself is really kind of looking down. Maybe it's when they're kind of hunting, I guess, maybe, you know, when she's teaching Beta how to hunt. It could be that. But again, some really nice texture, really nice paint job. I love how they've done those blue streaks on both the figures. Again, a really, really cool one. Like I said, I really did enjoy this one. Two for the price of one. Two figures. Very unique, very cool, and happy to add it to the collection. And next up, guys, we have the Therizinosaurus. I hope I am pronouncing that right. It is a really, really cool looking figure. My only gripe, though, is how small the figure is. I wish they had done it as a 6-inch or even a 10-inch because it is a big dinosaur. Of course, I said there were going to be spoilers, guys. Teams up with the T-Rex to finish off the Giga at the end with those claws. You guys can see them very prevalent there. But otherwise, the figure has some really awesome detail. I love the colour scheme, the orange, the yellows, the blues there on the face as we are going around to the back now, because it's a feathered dinosaur, right? It has all feathers rather than scales, and it has the kind of pink and reddish going down there, you know, from the head down the back across the tail as we kind of go back round. But it still walks on its hind legs, those big massive claws, as I said. We come back round to the face, those little kind of sharp teeth as well. It's a really cool looking figure, probably one of the best looking dinosaurs that, at least in my opinion, that exists as a Funko Pop within the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. I was about to say Jurassic World there. Kind of merging the two franchises. Well, I suppose it's just Jurassic World now, right? It's no longer referred to as Jurassic Park. But yeah, very, very cool. Just like I said, wish they had done it as either a 6-inch or a 10-inch. And the reason I say that, guys, is because I did pick up the 10-inch Giganotosaurus. For a long time I was actually calling this the Gigantosaurus when it was like appearing in like Ark, the video games and whatnot, and then I finally learned it was actually called the Giganotosaurus, which kind of makes sense because everyone calls it Giga, not Giga. But yeah, guys, this thing is really, really cool. I mean, look at the detail on that, guys. I love the claw marks there from the T-Rex. I guess this is from the fight at the end. The textures, the paint job there, the spikes that go all the way down to the tail as it wraps around. Another really cool detail is look at the foot there. It's like imprinted into the ground, right? So if he was to remove his foot, we would have a footprint. I think that is a nice little detail that Funko have added. We've got the teeth there, the massive tongue you can see inside, all the kind of detail and, you know, the scaling and whatnot there on the face. The spikes actually start really from the nose and go over the head all the way down the body and you know, pretty much to the end of the tail. He's got those little arms as well, a bit similar to the T-Rex. And as I mentioned, it is the T-Rex and the Therizinosaurus that do finish the Giganotosaurus off. He's got some more scratch marks there at the back from his battle. Now, this seemed to be a thing that a lot of people didn't like. They kind of said like the Giga was built up to be the most ferocious, you know, the alpha predator of the dinosaur world. I think, you know, Alan Grant certainly says it once or twice in the movie, and then he kind of gets finished off by, you know, the T-Rex and the Therizinosaurus. But I was kind of like, yeah, but you know what, these things happen in the wild. Sometimes the alpha is taken down, especially when it's ganged up on, and you know, if you're just really looking to do something for story purposes, you know, rather than taking away from realism. Again, I know you shouldn't really apply realism when you are, you know, watching movies like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World and so on and so forth, but I didn't necessarily mind it too much, to be honest. I suppose you could argue, yeah, he doesn't really do too much in the film. Could have done a lot more. I will agree with that, but I wasn't too bothered about how he was finished off. But yeah, I don't really want to get into like reviewing the movie and all of that when we do have this really, really cool pop here on display, guys. Yeah, really happy to get this one, add it to that collection. You know, I want to go for some of the, even though I said I wasn't a huge fan of the Fallen Kingdom movie, well, I still enjoyed every Jurassic Park, Jurassic World movie. It's just, I felt those ones were weaker. I do want to get some of those Fallen Kingdom dinosaurs as well. I want to turn that shelf into like a full-on Jurassic World shelf as opposed to just a Spielberg shelf. It does mean the Jaws and Ready Player One figures will have to go somewhere else, but yeah, that is a project for a later date for sure. And we're not actually finished there, guys, because there is one more thing I did want to take a closer look at. I've had this for even longer than these Jurassic World Pops, and we are going back to the beginning, guys. It is the Jurassic Park John Hammond with Gates. And we'll start with John Hammond because I did want to compare the two figures. The OG one is there on the left and the new one is there on the right. You can see the like fossilized amber mosquito in the cane is actually, it's a lot bigger on the newer figure. You don't see it as much on the older one. The I think the suit, the outfit, you know, is very, very similar. The hat, you kind of like see more of his forehead on the OG figure. It's kind of really kind of coming down on the newer one. Kind of looking at some of the hair, and the beard still looks the same. There is, I guess, a slight difference in the colorization really of the glasses, but not a huge difference there. You guys might actually see there is a mark on my OG figure. It's like something that's stuck inside the left, pardon me, the right spectacle there, and I need to kind of try and clean that out. I have cleaned it out. It was looking a lot worse than that, but I have cleaned it a bit. Still need to clean it a bit more, but it is quite difficult because it is trapped in behind the glasses there. On the back, I don't really see too much difference, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, my OG figure, I guess, is a little bit dirtier. Even, I mean, maybe the hat on the newer one, the colour is a bit, you know, it kind of looks a bit fresh, almost like a fresher coat of paint. But he's got the watch there as well, which isn't really different. I guess the ring maybe looks a bit bigger as well on the newer figure. Looks a bit smaller there, his wedding band. But yeah, otherwise, not too much of a difference going on. I guess it just does look a little bit more modern, even though they haven't really made too many changes to it. But yeah, still cool to now have both the OG and newer versions of the man himself, John Hammond. And lastly, guys, we have the classic Jurassic Park gates. How cool is that? The shrubbery there, the flames that go atop, the classic Jurassic Park logo. The gate is just opening. They've even got the, I don't know what you call it. I was about to say like a rail, but I guess it's not. It's what the cars are kind of using to gain their electricity and things, if I'm not mistaken. Is that how the cars run, or did they run on gas? Honestly can't remember. It's been a while since I saw the first movie. I mean, I'll show you guys the back, but there's nothing really going on. All the detail is there in the front, because once you're through the gates, I guess you are then into Jurassic Park, right? The one thing I think could have been really cool is if they had a mechanism where the gates could open, but you know, I guess that is asking for quite a lot. This is really a display piece as opposed to like a multi-functioning toy. So I do love the idea that the you know, the door is slightly ajar. It's like it's just about to be opened. But yeah, really cool. Really happy to add that to the collection. We do have the other Jurassic Park moments that I do need to pick up, and we'll certainly be grabbing those in the near future. Some very cool figures indeed, but that is going to do it for today's video, guys. First and foremost, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me here on the Geek Lounge. It is very much appreciated, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If so, be sure to give us a thumbs up. Drop some comments below. Let me know your thoughts on Jurassic World Dominion. And I just wanted to say a quick 2 apologies, especially to our subscribers and those who have been following along. We really do appreciate you, and I know content has been a little bit dry the last couple of weeks. We did take a week off, and we're kind of really getting back into the swing of things. I do promise that I have been working on a lot of really cool videos, you know, getting a lot of prep work done, so there is plenty of content to come. The other apology is, of course, our Star Wars celebration here on the Geek Lounge. I do promise a Star Wars video every single week, or you know, it was supposed to be a Star Wars video every single week for the rest of the year, and we've really just not been following that. Again, apologies for that. We will be getting back into the swing of things. We've got plenty of Star Wars content for you guys. You know, if we add up the Professor and my collection, both Funko Pops, Lego, statues, figures, you name it, Star Wars is without doubt the biggest thing you know, in our combined collection. So we've got lots to show off, and we do want to continue that Geek Lounge Star Wars celebration. So yeah, plenty of content to come. I don't want to make excuses and tell you guys we didn't do that because, you know, it's very hot here in the UK, yada yada. We don't want to turn this channel into one where we make excuses for when we don't drop content. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Plenty of content to come. Make sure you guys stay tuned for it all. What is the easiest way to stay tuned? It's very simple. Subscribe, hit click, smash that subscribe button, and enable those notifications so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Guys, thanks again for watching today's video, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out, nerds.